I want to have a quick conversation about how I see some companies do their digital marketing. And then I want to introduce the idea of lead magnets to show you how you can improve your lead generation prospects online. So I think a lot of us are familiar with the very basic kind of brochure websites that you find online, where the company's literally just got a homepage, maybe a product or services page. They'll have a about us page, a contact page, but the site was built, 10 years ago. No one's ever looked at it again. It's just sitting there and it gets no traffic whatsoever. So from a lead generation perspective, it does not add anything. You also find with some of these companies that there's not much going on in terms of their social media presence. Now and again, they would post something and usually just focused on promoting their products and services, and they don't get any traction from it. And then therefore, the perception is that this digital stuff doesn't work. They may have tried Google Ads, paid some money, didn't get a return on it, and then discarded that as well. It's just another thing that doesn't work. What happens then invariably is that people fall back on the thing that they know to work, which is personal networking. To grow the business, they would rely on referrals from customers and colleagues, visit trade conventions, meet new people there, and so try and grow the business, the traditional way. That's how it's been done since commerce has been around. So much so that people then forget about the digital side and it kind of disappears in the background and it's there, but it doesn't really add any value. The problem, though, with this approach is it doesn't scale. You can only meet so many people in person. You can only attend so many trade conferences, and you do not build your pipeline in a way that you should be building it in this day and age. So I want to talk a little bit about the concept of lead magnets and how you can build those into your B2B funnels so that you can build out your pipeline and get more leads coming through. So a lead magnet is basically an electronic product that you provide to people. It could be an industry report, could be a case study, or some useful tool that they can use in their business. The most important thing about it's got to be useful. It's got to add value to their situation. What you get then in exchange for this lead magnet is their email address. And the email address you then bring into your lead nurturing mailing list. In there, you're then going to spend time to get to know the prospect. They're going to spend time getting to know you through regular communication. From that process, you're going to start building trust with them because a funnel is a trust building mechanism. And as they get to know you better and better and better, as they start going down the funnel and you keep providing them with good information, they may get to a point then where they say, well, I'm now ready to talk to you in more detail, to take you up on your offer of a free trial or to do the proof of concept or the demo. And then the sales conversation would kick off from there. But all of the work that's been done up to that point is largely automated through your lead nurturing mailing activity. That's where you start building the trust to have a useful conversation with your prospect. Some of those demos or trials will then turn into deals. Now, where does the traffic come from for this funnel? So there are obviously many, many different sources of traffic that you can push towards a lead magnet. I want to highlight just a few of them today. So the first one I want to talk about today is Google pay-per-click advertising. Google pay-per-click is usually a channel where you can interpret the client intent very, very accurately. And people that are searching for a specific service or product at a specific time, you can direct them to your lead magnet and then they can become part of your funnel. Another source of traffic is SEO content. If you produce content that answers questions about your domain, people are bound to find it on the internet and then they come to you when they are in the right mindset to engage with your services. Another potential source of traffic to push people towards your lead magnet is a webinar. You could have a webinar where you present a case study with a client about how your product or service made a difference in their lives. At the end of this webinar, you can then present your lead magnet and you get people's email address and they become part of your funnel. The last one I want to highlight is social selling. And social selling is about producing content that people find interesting or useful in their social media channels. These videos that I'm making is social selling. I'm making content that I hope people find interesting and useful, and that they would start engaging with my business and engaging with me, and maybe that, there's something that I could help them with. So that's a channel I think is vastly underutilized by most people. And I think there's a huge need, especially on a channel like LinkedIn, for people to produce content that educates other people about their area of expertise, and in the process raises their own profile. So if you're in the process of expanding your B2B lead generation, I want to encourage you to look at what your current funnels look like, and go and map out a funnel for yourself where most of the work can happen on an automated basis before you have to engage with people before they're ready to buy.